Need a nosebleed that bad.
What the? Oh my god! Why would they give him because no look at the clear spot in the middle. These people from Pine Creek came and saved me. Oh, stop! Hey, you gotta stay with special security, bro. Have a whole force of security. Stop. Stop. I want to push up too. Would you behave? Yes. Take it away, guys. I will do this on the field. You got that? Got it. No, don't hit somebody, okay? I'm not gonna hit anyone. I'm gonna push them out.
As the calendar turns to May, teams in the USL Championship are going to try and make their move before we head into the summer months. And tonight we have two teams that have a chance to make a real big move in the USL Western Conference, as for the first time in their respective histories, Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC host El Paso Locomotive. Good evening, happy Cinco de Mayo weekend, and may the 4th be with you. Alongside Roland Vargas, I'm Ryan Kaufman. Feels like it's been forever since we've been here at Widener Field. The Switchbacks have gone on an extended vacation, and out of that, they haven't gotten many wins. But as Jordan Burt told you earlier in the week, Roland, he feels like this team is very close.
Yeah, they're just a piece away. They just need to score some goals. It's obviously easier said than done, but the Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC, they're so happy to be back here in Widener Field in Colorado Springs. They're going to look to get the win tonight against the team they're fighting with in El Paso.
Well, and for El Paso, they're just figuring themselves out as one of the USL new boys, but they're coming off of one of their best wins, probably the best win that they've had in their young history. As we take a look here at the head-to-head matchup, there's not much of one. These two teams have not seen each other before. You see 17th and 15th in the USL Western Conference, Roland, but as I said, a win tonight for either puts them within range of the top 10.
Yeah, just a couple of points will vault teams way up the table in the Western Conference. It's so tight in the USL Championship Western Conference. You see there, 17th for the Switchbacks, 15th for the Locomotive FC. This is a match they're both going to be looking to win.
And as I mentioned, for El Paso Locomotive, what a win for them against Reno, and the main hero was this guy.
Yeah, Sebastian Contreras, he can really play. He gets forward. He scored the penalty kick goal. He leads the team in assists. He really gets around. He's a player the Switchbacks are going to have to stop.
Well, this El Paso team has quite a bit of offensive firepower, and speaking of which, that's what Switchbacks FC has lacked over the last few games, and they'll certainly like to get more goals in. But for El Paso, Roland, chance for them to really make a name for themselves here in the USL Western Conference. And now as we shift our attention to the Switchbacks, if anyone's going to get the offense jump-started, it's Shane Malcolm.
Yeah, he's so dangerous, the Guam international Shane Malcolm. He comes in, he likes to switch both wings he plays. He's devilish on that right foot. He can score goals from all over the field. He's a player the Switchbacks going to have to get on the ball as much as they can this evening.
An influx of talent into the roster this year and even over the last few weeks for Switchbacks FC, but one of the old standbys is Shane Malcolm. As Roland said, so dangerous on the ball, and he has a real chance tonight to either set up other guys for goals or call his own number. One of the more dynamic players in the USL Western Conference. Well, when we come back, we'll introduce you to these two teams, lineups, and the opening kickoff between Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC and El Paso Locomotive are next.
My teacher said to write a letter to someone that inspires me. You're the only person I wanted to write to. I wear your team shirt all the time. You inspire me because you fought so hard. Even when it looks like you couldn't win, you believe in yourself. And that makes me believe I can take on anything.
Join the Relay for Life events in Southern Colorado. Go to fox21news.com for more information.
Hi, I'm Kristen Cavallari. Are the sexy singles at Paradise Hotel competing for love or the money?
I'm definitely here for love.
For the money.
I'm looking for love.
I want to go to Paradise Hotel for love. And money.
Money lasts forever.
Maybe find love.
Definitely for the money.
I'm moving into Paradise Hotel for that check. You better come with it, because I'm definitely competitive.
Paradise Hotel.
Thursday at 7 on Fox 21.
I'm Ashley Giovanna.
And I'm Julia McGuire.
Join Fox 21, SoCo CW, the American Stroke Association, and Cycle Nation to ride the revolution.
Saturday, June 8th, 10 a.m. at the YMCA at 1st and Main in Colorado Springs.
Grab a few friends, fundraise at least $1,000 as a team.
The Cycle Nation live event includes music, family activities, and more.
Space is limited, so make sure to reserve your bike today.
And go to fox21news.com for more information.
And now for the main event in this corner, hailing from Paraficini's, the godfather of Gouda, the good fella of the Portobello, Chef Franco!
Now don't be silly because he's from Philly, the Hercules of cheese, the hero of the Euro, Chef Jake. Watch Tuesday morning as two of Colorado Springs' finest chefs battle it out to find out who's the king of the kitchen.
And we welcome you back to Widener Field for the Children's Hospital of Colorado player walkout as we are moments away from Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC and El Paso Locomotive FC matching up for the first time in their respective franchise histories. Let's take a look at the Locomotive lineup. Logan Ketterer tied for the league lead in clean sheets. In front of him in Toko, Jerome, Monsalvis, and Kiffy, Richie, Rezendi, Ross, and Delgado, Contreras, and Kiesewetter up front. And for Switchbacks FC, Clint Irwin will start in goal. Jamal Jack, Chris Reeves, Ibrahim Yaro, and Ishjom in front of him. Argetta, Schweitzer, and Burt in the midfield. Three forwards tonight being employed by Steve Trichu. Shane Malcolm, who we talked about in the pregame. Andre Shinyashiki on loan from the Colorado Rapids, and Mike Seth. And Roland, as we take a look at the keys for Switchbacks FC.
They haven't scored a whole goal since March.
That's the last time they won a match, as well as the Switchbacks looking to get on the right side. But as much as we say things like that, here they are just 3 points back of the 10th spot in the USL Western Conference. 3 points tonight will be absolutely massive. How about for El Paso Locomotive?
Yeah, they've held teams, both of their road games 0-0. They've got to do more of the same on defense. They're a good quality defensive team in their midfield. They get forward, they overlap, they can score goals to that midfield four.
As we get underway here at Widener Field, a gorgeous night for soccer here in Colorado Springs. As Yaro controls, gets it to Ronnie Argetta. Now near side, Shane Malcolm. Hasn't scored a goal since his opening weekend hat trick. You know he's itching to get his feet on the ball as Jones sends this one forward to Andre Shinyashiki. And now it's turned over by Switchbacks FC. El Paso will take control of it.
Yeah, Switchback starting with two up front, Shinyashiki, Mike Seth. Strong attacking lineup early here from the Switchbacks FC.
And now El Paso still with it. They send it over to the far side. Good pressure here being employed by Switchbacks FC. Seth trying to get in there and get the ball, but it's just cleared away by Ketterer. As I mentioned when we were running through the starting lineups, tied for the USL lead in clean sheets. As we take a look at our referees tonight, Laurent Varga is our referee, assisted by Jacob Harold and Jacob Meyer. And our fourth official tonight is Dustin Walsh. El Paso with a throw-in on the far side, just underway. El Paso trying to work this one up to the midfield. They have yet to get over the midfield stripe here, and they still won't. Now a chance for them to do so as they get it to the middle here, and a tackle from behind by Shane Malcolm will be whistled for our first foul of the game.
Yeah, Calvin Rezende just dropping off, picking up that ball. Now El Paso will try to work it wide. Good defense there from Ibrahim Yaro.
Here's Kiffy's trying to send that one in. Good job by Yaro getting his head on it. Now Jack heads it further forward. Jordan Burt getting tangled up with a Locomotive player. And a whistle will, I believe, go against Jordan Burt here, the Switchbacks captain.
Yeah, Irishman Richie Ryan and Jordan Burt just getting tangled up. As we take a look at Mark Lowry on the far side of the field, head coach for El Paso Locomotive.
A Birmingham, England native. He was at the Jacksonville Armada FC in the NASL before getting the gig here at El Paso. All things considered, a very positive start to the existence of El Paso Locomotive as the free kick is headed away by Switchbacks FC, and now will roll out on the near side. El Paso going to have another throw in here.
Yeah, good idea by Mike Seth trying to set Shane Malcolm through on the right-hand side as we get a great look there at head coach Steve Trichu, assisted as always by the Jamaican Woldy Harris. Trey Harrington, the coach of Switchbacks.
I was talking to Mike Seth earlier this week on my radio show, and he's talked about coming back to Colorado Springs. Of course, spent the last 2 seasons in San Antonio and Phoenix, and said the continuity with the staff is one of the main reasons he came back. The trust they placed in Steve Tritchu and also Woldy Harris as El Paso sends in a cross. Nobody really home. Clint Irwin comes up to grab it, rolls this one out for Ish Jome. He likes to get out and run if the field is open, and he has it here. Passes over to the far side, now immediately gets the pass back. Jome leaves this one to the middle for Jordan Burt, who gets a little bit tripped up here. It will be a whistle, and it will be a foul here, but maybe something more was wanted from the Switchbacks.
Yeah, the big captain coming forward there. Jordan Burt, just this one might have bounced up off the arm. That's what the Switchbacks were claiming, and then he clips Jordan Burt as he goes through all the same. But a golden opportunity here right at the top of the box with the Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC.
So it will be a free kick here for Switchbacks FC, a joint chiropractic free kick as El Paso places their wall. Ish Jome is a guy that normally takes the free kicks, likes to take the corners as well. Shane Malcolm's with him. Certainly Malcolm has the range here. So it's one of those, do you want the goal scorer or do you want the guy who is more, does the set pieces a little bit more? We'll see here. As El Paso has a bevy of people in the box and a nice chip over it by Ish Jome, but it's grabbed by Ketterer and nothing happens there for Switchbacks FC as we remain scoreless.
It's going to be called for the foul, and Resende just outside.
Quick restart here. Switchbacks take it away. Now they send it back over to their side of the field. Flip to the near side for Ibrahim Yarrow. Yarrow with a lot of green in front of him decides to start running up. Although he just plays on basically the same position, just the opposite side of Ish Jome. Ibrahim Yarrow, not one that likes to go forward quite as much as Ish Jome, as now they'll swing it back around to Jome. He plays this one up to the far side. Shinyashiki with it. Shinyashiki trying to turn the corner, gets tripped up, and he came up wanting a foul, and he won't get it as you take a good look at Shinyashiki, the former DU pioneer, as we take a look again here.
Get either. Nice run forward. Ketterer will restart this one under his. That's Ketterer there in the net for El Paso.
Yeah, great crowd on hand. Of course, the Cinco de Mayo weekend. Also about as nice a weather as we have had. Season 4 Switchbacks FC as Ketterer sends this one downfield. Now it's just on the guys on the field to give the fans something to cheer about here at Widener. And Clint Irwin has to retreat here. Thankfully, Jamal Jack comes to the rescue here and clears this one out of play on the far side. Clint Irwin was coming out, thought he was going to make a play on it, and then decided to trust his defenders, got back in goal, and it fit in pretty well there. With the launch of the USL Academy, United Soccer League now has an elite youth platform offered to its clubs in the Championship, League One, and League Two. As such, these clubs can now develop a more clearly defined path for top youth prospects in their area to reach the professional level and sign directly with their senior team in 2019 and 2020. The USL Academy Cup, the first competition under this new tier, will bring together top U13 and U17 Academy teams from these clubs to identify and accelerate the development of those top youth players with the potential to play professional soccer. There will be a couple of regional events for the USL Academy in October and February of next year, with the final tournament being held in Tampa in May of 2020. So more exciting things happening for the USL Championship and the USL. If you want more information on the USL Academy, you could go to usl-academy.com. Now in the midfield, Jordan Schweitzer trying to take this one away. El Paso plays it forward, and on the run, Chris Reeves will get there. Play it to Clint Irwin, who sends it out on the far side.
Yeah, it was dangerous there. Jerome Kesselwetter behind the switchbacks, but a good job by Clint. Better spell of possession.
Ish Jones sends this one out right in front of the switchbacks bench. El Paso will throw it in one more time. They do get it in on the far side, and now Shinya Shiki and Mike Seth pressuring quite a bit. They'll play the ball all the way back to Ketterer. Mike Seth always lurking. Ball played out to the far side. El Paso once again trying to work their way up the field, taken away by Switchbacks FC. Here's Ronnie Argueta, flips it to the near side, looking for Shane Malcolm over his head, and getting there first for El Paso was James Kiffey, and now El Paso will have it as Ketterer sends this one downfield. Not be dribbling like that in the box, but they did get the ball to their goalkeeper in time here, as now Ibrahim Yarrow has it on the near side just shy of midfield. No score. 9.5 minutes gone by in this one. Both teams near the bottom of the table in the USL Western Conference, but that doesn't really tell the whole story, because you look at the standings, everything is so tight that a win here tonight by either team puts them right back in the thick of things with still a lot of soccer to play. Trying to get around his defender, could not. El Paso regains control. They'll flip it out to the far side. And now ball deflected by Mike Seth. This one stays in play, headed by El Paso, but out. And we see the benefits of the constant pressure that the Switchbacks are putting on right now. Trying to split a double team is Argueta, and he won't be able to do it, and now cleared out by El Paso. They're trying to make it just a throw-in, and they're successful at least in that endeavor, as Ish Joan will go over to the far side to throw it in again. Ronnie Argueta once again coming up, looking to receive this ball. Instead, it'll go into Schweitzer, right back to Joan, tries to send it in, and a whistle here going against the Switchbacks, and El Paso will get a take a deep breath here, 11 minutes into the first half. And now downfield, this one headed by Switchbacks FC first, and then Jamal Jack gets his head on it. Both teams showing their heading skills. It will end up going out for a Switchbacks throw, and now they'll quickly restart. Mike Seth gets it tapped away. Seth quickly goes to retrieve it, throws this one in, and it will one hop to Ketterer as he immediately rolls it out to the powder blue jerseyed El Paso Locomotive defender. Sharp looking jerseys going on here for El Paso Locomotive in their first season of existence. Fans, want to let you know that Select is the official ball supplier of the USL Championship and many of the finest leagues in the world. Since 1947, Select has been the leader in soccer ball quality and innovation. For the latest Select products and special offers, visit selectsportamerica.com. El Paso with it. trying to test Clint Irwin really for the first time in this match, and they'll strike with the left foot. That one ends up going wide and out. Coming off the foot of Sebastian Contreras. Of course, he scored the penalty kick winner last time out for El Paso as they beat Reno. His first goal of the season. He's assisted on 2 others for El Paso as Clint Irwin will kick this one downfield. Headed by Mike Seth. Shinyashiki trying to go after it. Ketterer will play it out wide to the far side. El Paso, a team that loves to possess the ball, and you can see it here, in no hurry to move it up the field. They just want to make sure they keep it away from the Switchbacks and wait for their opportunity. As now Kiffey along the near side, picked up by Shane Malcolm, who comes into your picture. Ball played towards the middle of the field now. El Paso will try to swing it out wide. Try to stretch these Switchbacks out a little bit. El Paso looking for a shot again with the left foot. That one hits the top of the goal, but ends up going out. So you can see El Paso starting to build up a little bit more, starting to find their range. Switchbacks FC needs to cut off their supply and not allow shots like this. As we take a look at it again, just got enough space to feel comfortable with firing it. Thankfully for the Switchbacks, it ends up clearing the crossbar and out. Now off of Clint Irwin's goal kick, Shinyashiki trying to get possession, does, but then loses it. Switchbacks right now unable to string 2 passes together, allowing El Paso to swoop in and take the ball away. El Paso working it up the far side of the field. Now they'll play it forward. Switchbacks FC doing a good job of getting back. Swung out to the near side. Ibrahim Yarrow able to get in front of Kiffey for that one. Kiffey hesitated for just a moment. Now the ball played out towards midfield, taken away by El Paso. They'll build up one more time. With the ball now is Calvin Rezendi. He'll send this along the ground. Now a shot blocked there by Jamal Jack. It will go out, but El Paso will earn their first corner kick of the evening. So see how the set piece game is for the visitors. As you take a look at Contreras there, certainly a potential target on this corner kick. It will be a Pikes Peak National Bank corner kick. We'll have a special guest from Pikes Peak National Bank coming up at halftime as the ball is sent into the box. El Paso got their foot on it, but not in an advantageous position. It goes out on the far side. Who off of? They'll say off of El Paso. So Switchbacks FC hold here. We remain scoreless. Of course, this is not really a new thing for either squad. Both very stout defensively, still finding their way on the other end of the field. Many Switchbacks players this week emphasized getting that first goal. There's a much better team playing from in front and making their opponents chase the game. They just haven't been able to find a way to get that opening goal, as now Shane Malcolm has it. 2 guys shadowing him at all times. Malcolm tries to send it through. Had Jordan Burt waiting at the goal mouth. And now Yarrow has it out wide. He'll send this one in. Ketterer needs to be called on, and he slides in just in front of a crashing Andre Shinyashiki. And certainly if that ball ends up on the orange cleated Shinyashiki, that might have been that opening goal that the Switchbacks so desperately wanted. As we take a look at it again, and Shinyashiki going in, and Ketterer tied for the USL lead in saves, and there is a big reason why. So instinctive. Dove out there and made sure that there was no connection between Yarrow and Shinyashiki. So we play on here in the midfield circle. El Paso has it. Play it to the near side here. You take a look at Nick Ross. And now this one sent out to the near side, swung in, headed away by Jamal Jack. Now El Paso gets it back just outside the 18. Switchbacks fans in front of us wanted a handball. We continue play here as El Paso. Ross with it. Ross gives it up, then gets it right back. Ross with Jamal Jack on him, tries to play it in, deflected away by Switchbacks FC. Now El Paso will try again to enter the box. They do. Ross trying to curl it, far post, headed away. Good job there by Chris Reeves. Not out of the woods yet are the Switchbacks. This one sent in by Rezendi, played by Yarrow. He'll flip it out to the near side for Malcolm. Back to Yarrow. Shane Malcolm trying to pass it through the legs of a defender. And now a El Paso player goes down at the top of the 18. That is Kiesewetter, who goes down after the contact from Shane Malcolm. Does indeed get the whistle that he was looking for as we take a look at it again. Certainly Shane Malcolm coming in from behind. Maybe Kiesewetter making sure the referees saw what happened, as now they'll set up for a joint chiropractic free kick. Take a look there at Kiesewetter. No worse for the wearer here as he takes his place on the far post. So El Paso sets the joint chiropractic free kick here. It will be Michak Jerome, and this one is sent out of play. Not much Clint Irwin needed to do there. So Irwin will wait for his teammates to get downfield as we approach the 20-minute mark here in the first half. No score. The beginning of the match tilted the Switchbacks direction. Now things have evened up as you take a look at the last 4 results for Switchbacks FC. If you extended that graphic earlier, you would see the last win for Switchbacks FC, but it's been 4 matches since they have gotten a victory. And in 3 of the 4 matches you just saw, no goals. Offense not finding its stride here as we turn the calendar to May. As this ball is sent in, taken away by Switchbacks FC. They'll roll it out to Shane Malcolm. Big contact on the near side. Richie Ryan coming in to make the play. It will just go out for a throw-in, but the Switchbacks will keep it here as we take a look at it again. This one trying to lead the speedy Malcolm downfield, and Richie gets in there. Richie Ryan gets in there to make the play. Now Ish Jome with it on the far side of the field. Lays it back to Jordan Schweitzer. Schweitzer looks to work his way up the field. Gets it to Burt, out wide to Jome. Now down to Shinyashiki. Shinyashiki dribbling, sends this one in, looking for Mike Seth, headed away by El Paso. Now the Locomotive get it out near midfield where Ronnie Argueta takes possession. Over to Jordan Schweitzer. Now Yarrow with it. Yarrow curls this one far post, looking for Seth. Hits it on top of the goal. And out for a goal kick. A brilliant pass in by Yarrow, and Mike Seth agrees as he gives his teammate a thumbs up. Just couldn't quite force it down enough as we take a look at it again. Yarrow, just a terrific pass there. So close to seeing the Switchbacks break through here in the 21st minute. Now sent downfield, headed by Jack, and they'll say he climbed up the back. Was that Kiesewetter again? Kiesewetter having a rough first half. Got taken out from behind by Shane Malcolm, and now Jamal Jack gets called for the contact. Jack's a big, strong dude. I can understand even the toughest guys wincing a bit at that impact. As we restart play here. No score in the 22nd minute. Locomotive will play it back across midfield. Owen Toko. Up to Kiffy. He'll chip it forward. Yarrow's right there to play it. Good first half so far by Ibrahim Yarrow. Now taken away by El Paso again, trying to get the ball to Shane Malcolm without success. And now the ball played for Kiesewetter. They'll reverse directions, play it into the corner for Kiffey. He'll chip it in, headed by Switchbacks FC. Still in play, and Clint Irwin will come down with it.
Give a shout out to Colorado Computer Support, our IT professionals for the Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC, and one of the proud sponsors of all things Switchbacks, Colorado Computer Support.
It will be the second Pikes Peak National Bank corner of the half for El Paso. Richie Ryan will take this one. Ryan, the left footer, picks out his target. Now chips this one in, going near post, bounces away from everyone. Now it rolls freely to the far side. Jamal Jack plays it forward. And will that be a whistle? It will be, and Jamal Jack is in a lot of pain grabbing his shoulder, Roland.
Yeah, and the Switchbacks FC bench irate. They wanted advantage played there. Obviously, it was a foul on Jamal Jack, but the Switchbacks had men forward. And that ball, referee blew that whistle dead. You get a good look there. Head coach Steve Tritchew talking to the assistant referee. Jamal Jack, nasty fall there. Training staff out to look at Jamal Jack. It was a big foul, rightly a yellow card. Just the Switchbacks, you can see there, had men forward. Nasty landing there for big Jamal Jack right on that shoulder.
Yeah, it just fell right on that shoulder. But you could see the Switchbacks right there that Shinya Shiki was going to be all by himself. It would have basically been him and Logan Ketterer one-on-one. And now the whistle stops the play, and now we have an Ortho Centura nod to the dock. And certainly now the primary concern, not that it's ever not, is the health of Jamal Jack. Meanwhile, we will have a Hanson Hot Springs yellow card assessed to Michak Jerome.
Yeah, no other decision there for the referee but to give the yellow card, and Jamal Jack is going to have to come out of this game. You can see the Switchbacks training staff, AP, making the move to the bench there for the substitution, the international sign for substitution. So that is going to end Jamal Jack's evening here at Widener Field. Just a nasty fall on that right shoulder of Jamal Jack. Unlucky there. He had a really good game playing so far. Nice partnership next to Chris Reed on for Jamal Jack.
So we'll see what the Switchbacks decide to do here, and what a loss this would be so early in the match. Jamal Jack for the last 2 seasons has been an absolute vital member of the Switchbacks back line. Really has anchored that thing the last couple of seasons.
Yeah, and I think it'll be Sam Rabin who's going to come in for him. That's the natural substitution. We also have Kwasi Donsu on the bench, but I think Sam Rabin can just come straight in as we get a good look there. And Rabin next to Woldy Harris, he can just slot straight into the middle. You could also move Ibrahim Yarrow into the inside. Jamal Jack in an awful lot of distress there as he's helped off the field, really favoring that right shoulder. He looks in a terrible amount of pain there, big Jamal Jack.
Yeah, so much that it's making his knees weak at the same time. You hate to see that. Hopefully Jack will be okay moving forward, but for now it'll be Sam Rabin coming on for Switchbacks FC. Rabin has made a few appearances this season as we take a look at the Gold's Gym substitution. Let's take a look one more time at the foul here. Michak coming in. Certainly a yellow, and maybe in certain cases, and the Switchbacks certainly think this would be one of those cases where red would come out immediately.
Yeah, that was a really bad tackle. When you get that second look at it there, he's high, he's late. Obviously, he hurts Jamal Jack. We get a good look there at Jackie on the far side of the field, just talking with the training staff. But it is Sam Rabin who comes on. Looks like Rabin just going to go into that center back position that Jamal Jack occupied. Yarrow will stay on the right. Ishjom on the left for the Switchbacks FC. Nice ball forward.
Now
Mike Seth.
And now Mike Seth is down. Sorry, Roland. And now the Switchbacks are just incensed. It was an elbow that Seth came down on. They didn't like, and he looks to be in a lot of pain.
Yeah, Mike Seth not thrilled with that challenge right there. Referee really at the center of things right now.
Well, fans want to thank one of the proud sponsors of the Switchbacks, Colorado Technical University, proud sponsor of Switchbacks FC. Now El Paso, as we restart play, will bring this one up the field. Ibrahim Yarrow trying to take the ball away, does, and will it be out on the Switchbacks? It will not be. So good job by Ibrahim Yarrow there, as now he throws this one downfield, intended for Jordan Bird. It's taken away by El Paso as they look to get reset. So after a long stoppage because of the injury to Jamal Jack, back at full speed here in the 28th minute. We'll certainly see the effects of that at the tail end of this half, as I would imagine the referees will tack on a significant amount of stoppage time as Ish Jome heads it forward, taken away by El Paso, then right back from Chris Reeves.
And you can see the constant communication between Rabin and Reeves here early on. Difficult for Sam Rabin to come into this game cold and slot in right in that center back position, right at the heart of things. Got Kiesewetter making all kinds of moves, trying to get in behind young Rabin and Chris Reeves. Switchback so far doing a good job holding their line. Yarrow and Ish Jome dropping back to help out, as well as now see Yarrow dropping back in that right back position.
Kiffey with it, trying to give it up to Kiesewetter. He'll play that one over to the far post, just curled out of play. And we'll have a goal kick for Switchbacks FC. Fans, make sure you can check out the USL all season long on ESPN Plus, home of the USL, MLS, UFC, and more. Join the over 2 million sports fans who have already discovered ESPN Plus and watch the championship live every week. Sign up today at espnplus.com. As Ronnie Argueta has this one in the middle of two blue jerseys. This one tipped up in the air. Ish Jome with the beat on it. Plays it to Ronnie Argueta. Now back to Sam Rabin, who had just come on. Denver native, homegrown signing of the Colorado Rapids. Bright future in professional soccer here in the U.S. as Jordan Schweitzer swings it out wide to Ish Jome. Jome gonna tee this one up, sends it in, looking for Mike Seth. Jordan Burt got a foot on it. He's incensed. He didn't finish the opportunity. Now play continues. Swung out to Jordan Schweitzer. To Yarrow. Yarrow steps away from a defender, plays it over to Argueta. Argueta tips this one in, headed by Jordan Bird over the crossbar. And the best chance of the half by far for Switchbacks FC, and they cannot get it to go.
Yeah, what a beautiful ball in that was from Ronnie Argueta, putting it right on the head of his captain. Jordan Burt just clips it in with his left foot here. Delightful from Ronnie Argueta. Jordan Burt meets it at speed, just unable to keep his header down. Exactly as you said, best chance of the half so far from the Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC.
The passing into the box here in the first half by Switchbacks FC has been outstanding. I want to thank one of the Switchbacks' fine sponsors, the Shandy Clinic, exceptional therapy for exceptional children. El Paso with it. They'll swing it over to the far side, taken away by Ish Jome. Switchbacks emboldened by that last opportunity will push it forward with Shane Malcolm, still on his feet. One man to beat, gives it up to Mike Seth. Right back to Malcolm, and maybe a little too unselfish there by Mike Seth. Was looking actually for Shinya Shiki, I think, on the far post. Now Ish Jome fires, and that one easily clears the crossbar. In goes out. You see the three guys there in the box, and maybe Roland Mike Seth would have been better off taking the shot himself. As you may have seen, Omaha will be announced as the 13th League One side and third to join in 2020. They join Rochester and Penn as the three clubs to join next season. Please use the hashtag USL Omaha 2020. And former Nebraska Omaha head coach and RSL Academy coach Jason Mims is going to be the head man of Omaha. So exciting time certainly for the USL as a whole, but especially USL League One.
Yeah, they'll start play in March of 2020 at Werner Park. Gary Green, the owner of the Omaha Storm Chasers, founding that franchise there in Nebraska. Good move forward once again from Shane Malcolm for the Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC, just unable to win them a corner kick, so it'll be a goal kick for Logan Ketterer in the El Paso Locomotive net. Switchbacks really have their tails up the last couple of minutes. As we take a look at some of the last results for El Paso Locomotive. Lost to Phoenix, draw with Austin, lost to Reno. Here they are at Widener Field. Beautiful day in Colorado Springs. Face the Switchbacks FC.
And you see, Roland, as this first half goes on, you hate to use the word snake bit or anything, but you look at the Switchbacks and they're getting behind the defenders. They're playing great balls in. It is what you're seeing right now is just one of those inexplicable things in soccer where you can do everything right except finish for a goal.
Yeah, just haven't been able to take their chances. If anything, that injury to Jamal Jack really fired the Switchbacks up. They played some really good soccer the last few minutes. They've gotten in behind El Paso Locomotive. Just haven't been able to test Ketterer too much. That header from Jordan Burt, their best chance of this first half. They're getting closer to finding that breakthrough for the Switchbacks FC. You got to think won't be long now until they can find the back of the net with the amount of pressure, the amount of chances they're creating at the home team.
Yarrow plays this one up, looking for Ronnie Argueta. It's taken away by Kiffey. He'll play this one to the middle as El Paso tries to work it around the horn here. Now played out wide to the far side. Monsalvis with it. Now in the middle, Nick Ross out wide. Kiffey with it. He'll press forward. Now swings it out to the corner for Rezendi. Taken away by Yarrow. Yarrow and Rezendi fighting for it. It will stay with El Paso here midway through the 34th minute. As Kiffey will throw this one in, going back to the captain Ntoko. Now Richie Ryan. Played to the near side here, now played up. Going after this one is Rezendi. He has it. Rezendi gives this one in for Kiesewetter. He'll send this one to the far post. Nobody home there. El Paso will track it down though on the far side. Now El Paso playing it into the box. Shot, great job by Clint Irwin, sticking his right hand out there to bat this one over the crossbar, but it will result in another corner for El Paso Locomotive FC. Quick shot, quick trigger there by Rezendi.
Yeah, Clint Irwin, as you said, had to be alert. Hasn't been called upon a lot. Just stuck out that big mitt, tipped that one over for a corner kick. It was a nice snap shot off the left foot, but a good strong save. He couldn't be sure exactly where that was going, but he tips that one out for the Pikes Peak National Bank corner kick for El Paso Locomotive FC.
It'll be Richie Ryan to take this Pikes Peak National Bank corner kick. Ryan, the team leader in minutes played this season. As this ball goes out, a shot coming in, and that one blocked by Switchbacks FC. They look to break out on the counter, can't do it there. Richie Ryan controls. Gives this one off to Nick Ross. Now taken away by Switchbacks FC. Shane Malcolm with it. Looking to turn it upfield. Has two defenders on him. Play it to the middle for Ronnie Argueta. Switchbacks have numbers if they hurry. Ronnie Argueta swings it out wide to Mike Seth. Seth at the top of the 18. Plays it down for his Jome. Good defense there. Coming in was Michak Jerome. And this one will end up going out. And finally, the Switchbacks will get a corner kick. But before that, want to let you know that next time the Switchbacks are on the field, it will be at Cashman Field in Las Vegas to take on Las Vegas Lights FC. That is 1 week from tonight. Of course, it's always an interesting trip to Las Vegas, as that is a club that is certainly embraced where they are geographically as the Phil Long corner kick goes in. El Paso gets their foot on it a couple times. and now sends this one out to midfield. Shinya Shiki taking the right-footed corners. Tonight, I'm sure Ishjom, if we're on the other end, we'll see that as Shinya Shiki goes down. And now referee grabbing a card here, and that one's going to go against Nick Ross.
Yeah, the young Scott's going to pick up that yellow card, just holding Shinya Shiki back right on the edge of the box. Shinya Shiki asked for it. The referee obliged. That ball played over the top by Yarrow. Shinya Shiki trying to get on the end of it. You see Ross just wrapping up Shinya Shiki, bringing him down just outside the box, according to the referee. And the Switchbacks have another golden opportunity to test the net of Logan Ketterer here.
Mark Lowry, the head coach of El Paso, not thrilled with the decision made. I don't know if it's the decision by the referee or by Nick Ross. Either way, Mark Lowry not happy, and now Ishjom, along with Shane Malcolm, pondering, discussing what they will do on this joint chiropractic free kick. This is the second time the Switchbacks have had a free kick just above the 18. Now we'll see what they do with this one, as again you see the Hanson Hot Springs yellow card assessed to Nick Ross. And now Shinya Shiki coming into the conversation.
Left foot of Joan, right foot of Shinya Shiki. Shane Malcolm also there. Could favor a layoff to Ronnie Argueta. He's just lurking at the top of the box. A lot of options here for the Switchbacks FC.
Logan Ketterer trying to decipher it all. Here comes Ishjom. He'll fire this one right into the El Paso wall. It gets out to Jordan Schweitzer. Plays it immediately back down to Shinya Shiki, who tries to turn the corner around Ross. It is tapped out. Switchbacks will keep it. Shinya Shiki quickly into Malcolm. And now Monsalvis is sending this one towards midfield. Kiesewetter with Argueta on him, loses possession. Now Ibrahim Yarrow. Near side to Argueta. Argueta with some space. He'll look to rip it to the far post for Mike Seth. Just jumped out of his reach and out of play for a goal kick, as no El Paso player got an appendage on it. As you take a look at it again.
Yeah, such a nice ball from Ronnie Argueta around the corner. Mike Seth gambled, just couldn't stretch to get on the end of that one, but Switchback still doing a good job of pinning the El Paso Locomotive FC deep in their half. Trying to get as many chances on Ketterer's goal as they can before the end of this first 45. As you said, we probably will have a couple minutes of stoppage time here. 6 players have started all 7 games for the Locomotive FC, including that man Ketterer, the former Bradley University star. So they've had a lot of consistency in their opening season, which is something that you want to see, need to see when you're starting a debut franchise in a league as difficult as the USL Championship here in the Western Conference. Switchbacks pressing high. El Paso Locomotive trying to play out from the back.
Toko will dribble this one up the field, plays it near side for Kiffy. Out of the middle of the field for Richie Ryan. Now Kiesewetter will play it to the back line one more time. Now sent downfield. Ishjom plays that one out, allows his team to get back in position here. As you take a look there at Jamal Jack, still wincing. He is just in a ton of pain, and Jamal Jack is a very, very tough dude. So the fact that he is wincing as bad as he is tells me that it is not a light injury by any stretch of imagination. Of course, we will wait for into the week before we find out exactly the diagnosis for Jamal Jack, but appearances don't look good for the Switchback center back.
Yeah, and he's going to head off the field now. You saw that arm in a sling. Could be the shoulder, that clavicle area. Nice break forward here for the Locomotive.
We'll play this one into the box. A couple of players go down on each side. Kiesewetter maybe instigating there, so the referee didn't decide to blow the whistle. This one played out towards midfield. Monsalvis will head it back down. Shinya Shiki lets it go out. Fans, make sure you follow Switchbacks FC in the USL Championship all season long on ESPN.com. Simply search at Switchbacks and keep up with the latest news, scores, and schedule for your Switchbacks at ESPN. SwitchBacksFC.com. Ibrahim Yarrow dribbling up the near side of the field now. Switchbacks trying to pressure here in the late stages of the first half. Shane Malcolm with it. Tough angle. Malcolm plays it out wide to Yarrow. Yarrow chips this one in, and a good job there getting up and grabbing that ball. Logan Ketterer to keep anybody that was attempting to bang it in from the far post from doing that, as we take a look at this again rolling.
Yeah, really nice feet. Good ball in from Yarrow, but really good feet from Ketterer. Shifted his feet, got him under that one. Jordan Burt, you see him lurking there right in front of the trailheads, ready to tap that one in, but a nice clean catch in the end from Ketterer. As we get back to live play, Jordan Schweitzer playing that ball back to Rabin, and he'll go to Yarrow. Been very impressed with Yarrow on the right wing so far here this evening for the Switchbacks FC. Jome doing a good job down the left as well for the Switchbacks, getting as far forward as they can, the two Switchbacks wingbacks, as we see Jome picking up that ball now from Chris Reeves.
And now Reeves will send it downfield, headed by Jordan Burt. Shinyashiki chasing after it. Now Mike Seth has a beat on it, and just in front of him comes Ketterer to kick that one away. Now Rezendi downfield, headed by Chris Reeves. El Paso retakes possession here in the 43rd minute. This one played back here. Now Richie Ryan to Rezendi. Back to Ryan. Now back across midfield for Monsalvis. Two-man games all over the field for El Paso, as now they give it to Kiesewetter on the near side. He'll play it up, taken away by Shane Malcolm, but only for a moment. Now Kiffy back with it for El Paso. Now over to the far side. El Paso trying to work their way down the sideline. Ish Jome with great defense forces the pass off to Richie Ryan. Now Ntoko will come down with this one. Ntoko up to Kiesewetter. We're hearing we'll have a couple of extra minutes here at the end of the half. We'll confirm that here momentarily, but a couple extra minutes coming for these two teams to try and break the seal on this one before the half, as Ronnie Argueta dribbles this one up the field. Plays it to Shane Malcolm. And we will indeed have those 2 minutes. So here we go. Mike Seth. Seth not a long distance striker, so he'll play it off to Shinyashiki. Shinyashiki trying to play it through to Seth. Kicked away by El Paso. Of course, these extra 2 minutes, the tick-tock shop stoppage time. Now Yarrow plays it in. Ketterer got his hands on it. And now El Paso able to clear it towards midfield. Chris Reeves comes up to play it. Reeves with it, dribbling to his right, plays it down to Yarrow. Yarrow sends this one far post over everyone's head and out, and that'll be a goal kick, and will effectively end that attack from Switchbacks FC.
Yeah, better from the Switchbacks FC. Going forward once again, trying to get that goal before the end of the first half. Just playing that ball just out of that man's reach, Shinyashiki. Yarrow's done a good job in the first half, getting himself far forward. This Jome on the left wing as well for the Switchbacks FC, but they just haven't been able to test Ketterer too much for their liking, despite putting El Paso Locomotive FC under a ton of pressure.
Now El Paso will have it on the far side. Monsalvis with it. Out of the middle for Ryan. Back to Ntoko. Now Mirchak with it. Back to Ntoko. El Paso seeming content to go into the half at 0-0. As now Monsalvis plays this one up. And just as I say, maybe El Paso wanting to make a run here, trying to test Clint Irwin before the half. This one sent in, blocked by Sam Rabin. Now Ronnie Argueta gets on it. Argueta battling a defender off, and Kiffy came in from behind, got him on the back of the calf. That will easily be a Hanson Hot Springs yellow card. Kiffy did go to Ronnie Argueta and say there's no malicious intent there, so quick restart for Switchbacks FC. Is Jome with it. Jome in the corner with 2 defenders on him. To Shinyashiki, he'll fire, and Ketterer able to smother it as the first half comes to an end. So a familiar sight for both of these teams through 45, well, make it 47 minutes of play. No score between Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC and El Paso Locomotive FC. Don't go anywhere. We have plenty more coming your way at halftime. Stats, highlights, and a special guest here from Widener Field. And that's coming up in just mere moments as the Switchbacks and El Paso Locomotive go into the half, tied up at 0-0.
I'm Ashley Giovanna.
And I'm Julia McGuire.
Join Fox 21 SoCo CW, the American Stroke Association and Cyclamation to ride the revolution.
Saturday, June 8th, 10 a.m. at the YMCA at 1st and Main in Colorado Springs.
Grab a few friends, fundraise at least $1,000 as a team.
The Cyclamation live event includes music, family-friendly activities, and more.
Space is limited, so make sure to reserve your bike today.
And go to fox21news.com for more information.
And now for the main event in this corner, hailing from Parafacini's, the godfather of Gouda, the good fella of the Portobello, Chef Franco! Now don't be silly because he's from Philly, the Hercules of cheese, the hero of the Euro, Chef Jake! Watch Tuesday morning as 2 of Colorado Springs' finest chefs battle it out to find out who's the king of the kitchen.
My teacher said to write a letter to someone that inspires me. You're the only person I wanted to write to. I wear your team shirt all the time. You inspire me because you fought so hard. Even when it looks like you couldn't win, you believe in yourself. And that makes me believe I can take on anything.
Join the Relay for Life events in Southern Colorado. Go to fox21news.com for more information.
Your eyes, they flash, demon style.
You ought to be resting.
You ought not to tell me what to do.
There is no power of 3 if one of you becomes a demon.
My demon side is the only thing standing between us and the apocalypse. You do realize you're starting to sound like a demon, right?
Holding me back.
Charmed. Watch Sunday at 8 on SoCo CW.
Morton's Guinzotti's shot. Score!
Now Morton's coming up. It's headed and in.
Nodded back in. Sandoval is there. So is Hamilton. Loose in front. It's Frater. What a hit! New Mexico equalized in the dying moments. It's a hat trick for Frater. Unbelievable at the lab.
Juan Papa with a direct free kick. Chips it. A goal! The equalizer for the captain.
Lomas in. Lomas! And how about North Carolina FC? Lomas with his 6th goal of the season.
Back to the goal scorer. Barnby will try again. And another. That is absolutely world class. That is much harder than it looks to do.
Didi Traore. Oh my goodness, what a run. Didi Traore crosses. Didi Traore! It is a work of magnificence.
Welcome back to Widener Field and the Shandy Clinic halftime segment here, presented by the Shandy Clinic. Speech, physical, occupational therapy, Shandy Clinic, proud sponsor of everything Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC and SoCo CW broadcast here at Widener Field. Beautiful day, Widener Field. Take a look at the west. Portland Timbers 2, Tulsa Roughnecks, very impressive. New Mexico United, we'll be seeing them here at Widener Field to face the Switchbacks in just a couple of weeks. Switchbacks going on the road to Las Vegas next week. Fresno FC having a good start to the season as well. Very tight. We talked about that during the broadcast in the USL Championship. Western Conference standings so far this season. You see, take a look at some scores around. Fresno up, winning 4-2 against the Real Monarchs of Salt Lake City. 2-2. Memphis and Birmingham. Oklahoma City, early lead over the Tacoma Defiance. Tacoma struggled early this season. And St. Louis FC and Ottawa Fury with the postponement. But a good win there for Fresno on the top left of the screen. 4-2 over the Real Monarchs of Salt Lake City out in Utah. And coming up in the USL Championship, real showdown tomorrow evening. New Mexico United hosting San Antonio FC. Swope Park Rangers playing host to last season's champions Louisville City. Ottawa Fury on Wednesday hosting the Red Bulls 2 and the Tacoma Defiance and the Portland Timbers 2, renewing rivalries in that Cascadia Cup in the beautiful Pacific Northwest. Next Sunday on ESPN Plus, all times Eastern. And our storylines, Tampa Bay Rowdies on top of the power rankings in the USL Championship, staying unbeaten this season. Swope Park, just talked about that game, hosting Louisville City at Children's Mercy Park. Only game this Monday night, so be sure to tune in on ESPN Plus. And the Timbers 2, doing a great job this season with the Timbers, struggling a little bit in MLS, but the Timbers 2 out to a fantastic start in the USL Championship. Western Conference, Team of the Week for last week, Kevon Frater, familiar face. Jerome at right back for the Locomotive. We're seeing him on show this evening. DeCosta Williamson in the midfield, T2. And they're the Rowdies, led by Fernandez. Salazar up top for Rio Grande Valley FC. Toros as well, and Barnby on the right-hand side for San Antonio FC. And we are ready for a very special guest to be joining Ryan Kaufman. Take it away, Ryan.
Thank you very much, Roland. I am out here with the president and CEO of Pikes Peak National Bank, Robin Roberts. Thanks for joining me.
It's great to be here.
Well, let's first of all, I want to thank you for the awesome bucket hats that we all got as we came. I can't wear it because, you know, TV hair and all, but they're great. So thank you so much for those.
Oh, we love seeing everybody wearing them, and it's a great day to have a bucket hat on.
Oh, so. The weather's just absolutely gorgeous.
Yes.
Well, of course, this is just one piece of the deep partnership that Pikes Peak National Bank and the Switchbacks have. From Pikes Peak National Bank's perspective, how important is it to be partnered with the Colorado Springs Switchbacks?
Well, we love that the Switchbacks is such a legacy organization for the community. It's a really important organization with a lot happening. You know, the Switchbacks is expanding and growing in the community, and Pikes Peak National Bank is, you know, a legacy organization as well. We're expanding and growing, so I think it's a great partnership. We're really excited about it.
Well, and Pikes Peak National Bank, you could see you guys all over the city tied up with a lot of big-time organizations and big-time. The Colorado Springs Philharmonic. You guys love the Philharmonic as much as I do. That's just one of the many things you guys do throughout the community.
Right, we are a big sponsor, a season sponsor of the Colorado Springs Philharmonic. Again, another great organization that does so much for our community. The bank wants to invest in organizations that are bringing our community together and helping everyone who lives here. So we're excited about the Philharmonic. We're definitely excited about the Switchbacks.
If Robin Roberts was would you be more likely to be a soccer player or maybe like a cellist in the Philharmonic?
A soccer player.
All right, well, that's what we like to hear. Got prediction for the second half? We have no score, so certainly that has to change.
I think the Switchbacks are going to hit 3 goals.
Wow, a big second half predicted by Robin Roberts, President and CEO of Pikes Peak National Bank. Thank you so much for joining me out here today.
Thank you.
Well, when we come back, we'll have much more from Widener Field. No score, but Robin says we'll have much more scoring in the second half. So what other reason do you need to stay tuned, as we'll be back in just a moment. I'll take that for you.
And now for the main event in this corner, hailing from Parafacini's, the godfather of Gouda, the good fella of the Portobello, Chef Rico. Now don't be silly, because he's from Philly, the Hercules of cheese, the hero of the Euro, Chef Jake. Watch Tuesday morning as 2 of Colorado Springs' finest chefs battle it out to find out who's the king of the kitchen.
Hi, I'm Kristen Cavallari. Are the sexy singles at Paradise Hotel competing for love or the money?
I'm definitely here for love.
For the money.
I'm looking for love.
I want to go to Paradise Hotel for love and money.
Money lasts forever.
Maybe find love.
Definitely for the money.
I'm moving into Paradise Hotel for that check. Better come with it, because I'm definitely competitive.
Paradise Hotel.
Thursday at 7 on Fox 21.
Your eyes, they flash, demon style.
You ought to be resting.
You ought not to tell me what to do.
There is no power of 3 if one of you becomes a demon.
My demon side is the only thing standing between us and the apocalypse. You do realize you're starting to sound like a demon, right?
Charmed. Watch Sunday at 8 on SoCo CW.
My teacher said to write a letter to someone that inspires me. You're the only person I wanted to write to. I wear your team shirt all the time. You inspire me because you fought so hard. Even when it looks like you couldn't win, you believe in yourself. And that makes me believe I can take on anything.
Join the Relay for Life events in Southern Colorado. Go to fox21news.com for more information.
I'm Ashley Giovanna.
And I'm Julia McGuire.
Join Fox 21 SoCo CW, the American Stroke Association and Cyclamation to ride the revolution.
Saturday, June 8th, 10 a.m. YMCA at 1st and Main in Colorado Springs.
Grab a few friends, fundraise at least $1,000 as a team.
The Cycle Nation live event includes music, family-friendly activities, and more.
Space is limited, so make sure to reserve your bike today.
And go to fox21news.com for more information.
We welcome you back to Widener Field for this halftime segment presented by the Shandy Clinic, proud sponsor of the SoCo CW broadcast that you locally here in Colorado Springs can see us on. Ryan Kaufman alongside Roland Vargas. And Roland, as we look at the first half stats, we knew El Paso Locomotive wanted to possess the ball. They are, but we've been kind of duped by that number. At the end of the day, it matters that top line. It doesn't matter the possession line.
Yeah, and the Switchbacks had the better of those chances in that first 55, as you see, getting out-possessed there, but they had some really good chances on that El Paso Locomotive FC net. And as you said, 0-0 here at the half at Widener Field.
3 yellow cards for El Paso Locomotive FC. Something to watch out for moving forward in the second half. Of course, a big story in the second half. No Jamal Jack for Switchbacks FC. Went down with an apparent shoulder injury early in the first half. Sam Rabin has replaced him. How does that continue to affect the Switchbacks moving forward? We shall see as we are underway here in the second half.
Yeah, another injured member of the Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC, Saeed Robinson. He stopped by the booth real quick during that halftime to ask how Jamal Jack was doing. A break forward there for El Paso Locomotive, and the first goal, 1-0 for the El Paso Locomotive FC. And that is Jerome Kiesewetter with the finish. Great break down the right-hand side, cuts inside, and just goes 5-hole through Clint Irwin. 1-0 to the visitors, El Paso Locomotive. What a way to start the second half.
Kiesewetter, his first goal of the season for El Paso Locomotive FC, and certainly not the start the Switchbacks would have liked as we take a look at it again. Great move through around Sam Rabin, and then going right by Clint Irwin and into the back of the net. I hate to feel like I was being prophetic when I talked about Jamal Jack's absence, but his replacement was the guy that Kiesewetter went right around.
Yeah, just some communication lines crossed there. You saw Sam Rabin. He had to slide across from that center back position, but maybe just a bit of a communication breakdown as the Switchbacks go straight forward here. Now Shane Malcolm trying to pick up that ball, but so much quality from Jerome Kiesewetter. Grew up in that Hertha Berlin system, born in Berlin, an American international as Kiesewetter, played for VfB Stuttgart and also for Fortuna Düsseldorf out in Germany. So you don't play for those kind of clubs if you don't have a ton of quality. Makes his way stateside for El Paso Locomotive. Great pickup in the USL Championships Western Conference. Get a good look at Kiesewetter right there. And that was a really quality finish, just ghosting in off that right-hand side. Now the Switchbacks earning themselves their first accelerated wealth corner kick of this evening.
See if they can make something happen here and even this score up at 1 apiece as Ishjom will take it, whips it in. This one loose, never really touched anyone as it ends up going out. Apparently it did clip an El Paso player because the Switchbacks are going to throw him, but nobody able to really get on that ball from Ishjom. Now thrown in to Shane Malcolm with 2 defenders on him. Somehow finds Shinyashiki, and now it's taken away by Contreras. Monsalvis sends this one up the field. Chris Reeves will play it back to Sam Rabin.
And head coach Steve Tritchie for the Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC. He's talked at length this season about those restart goals, be it for the start of the second half or something off of a set piece for the Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC. So that really throws part of that halftime team talk out the window. But the Switchbacks FC done a good job breaking forward after that goal. Jordan Burt trying to get the right-footed shot blocked, and Mike Seth chasing that one down over on the far side of the field.
And Kiffey will send this one towards the Switchbacks bench. Ishjom will go get on it. Plays it to the middle for Chris Reeves. Reeves up to Ronnie Argueta. Over to the far side now. As this one's sent in. Headed away by El Paso. Now headed by the Switchbacks. And Monsalvis will just let this one bounce harmlessly out of play. And it'll be a goal kick for El Paso.
Yeah, we got a good look there at the goal scorer, Jerome Kiesewetter. Talk about his quality coming over from the Bundesliga and Bundesliga 2 in Germany. Maybe a bit of a problem for Logan Ketterer as those goal kicks are going to be taken. Out looking long for the run down the right-hand side.
And nothing happening there for El Paso. It'll be a throw in here to Chris Reeves.
Delgado trying to get on the end of it, but just too much on that. Switchback's going to build out of the back, try to use those wing backs like they did to good extent in the first half. Now is Ishjom on the left wing for the Switchbacks up to Jordan Schweitzer.
And Schweitzer trying to get around Richie Ryan. Monsalvis is there, now taken back away by Schweitzer. Schweitzer pushing up the field, gives it off to Mike Seth. Now Seth back to Jordan Burt, the captain. Reverses Fields, looking for Ibrahim Yarrow. Yarrow takes possession, plays it back to Ronnie Argueta. Back over to Yarrow. Switchbacks pushing here, trying to get even. They don't want to spend too much time in this second half chasing the game, as Argueta will play this one up to Mike Seth. Seth gets it taken away, and now El Paso will send this one forward. Now El Paso Locomotive, they'll play this one up. Once again, Kiesewetter with it. Picked up by Rabin. Kiesewetter, step over, gives it off. Good job there by Switchbacks FC, and now a shot comes in and Irwin able to make the save.
Yeah, good initial challenge by Chris Reeves and a good save from Irwin. He's got the sun right in his eyes. As you see, we're here at Widener Field in beautiful Colorado Springs, Colorado. Nice challenge right there from Chris Reeves. That ball just pops out, and Irwin, comfortable hands behind that one, and restarts the attack for the Switchbacks. Difficult in this second half. You see Clint Irwin shielding his eyes there. This sun dropping right behind the Rocky Mountains here to the west in Colorado Springs, making it real difficult on Clint Irwin.
Reeves will give this one off to Jordan Bird. Now over to Schweitzer. Flips fields here to Ibrahim Yarrow.
You ask Jared Goff, the sun goes down in different places because the earth spins, of course, Ryan.
As the Switchbacks look to bring this one in, knocked away by El Paso as they try to clear.
Good high press from the Switchbacks. Go ahead.
You would think that they would teach such things at Cal Berkeley, but
fell through the cracks.
Yeah. Ball goes out of play on the far side. Steve Tritchu and Woldy Harris, assistant coach, are absolutely hot about something.
Yeah, very animated. Steve Tritchu taking a seat. Get a good look at him right there on the right-hand side of your screen. Assisted, as always, by the young Jamaican Woldy Harris. Had to play that substitution early in that first half because of what looked like a nasty injury to Jamal Jack. Sam Raven coming on, so just two more subs obviously left for the Colorado Switchbacks FC. They'll see what they need to do going forward, but it's been a good response to going that goal down for the Switchbacks.
Here's Shinyashiki, can't get around Monsalvis, and now it's controlled fully by Richie Ryan. He'll play that one back. Intoko with it, over to Monsalvis. Kiesewetter with the goal, has El Paso out in front here early on in the second half, and now some contact, and sure looked to me like Delgado initiated the contact by throwing his forearm at Chris Reeves, and then some return contact from the Switchbacks defender. And sometimes it is the guy who retaliates, as now there's some discussion going on, not much of it pleasant, as finally El Paso restarts here. They'll swing it to the far side. Intoko plays this one to the middle for Michak. Right back to Intoko, the captain for El Paso. Able to get it back on his feet. Plays it back.
Yeah, I don't think Logan Ketterer can go long from those goal kicks. You saw him obviously having to be helped out from those set pieces earlier. I don't think he's particularly thrilled with his center backs playing that ball back to him, as he can't clear that ball long. Must have picked up something early in this second half, so we'll see if the Switchbacks can key on that and try to put him under some pressure, as that foul is going to go against Shinyashiki just inside the El Paso Locomotive half. Get a good look there at Shinyashiki.
Of course, Shinyashiki, a draft pick of Colorado Rapids. As we take a look at this replay again, one of those 50-50 calls, and it went the way of El Paso. But Shinyashiki, a recent draft pick of the Colorado Rapids, went to DU and actually scored his first professional goal in his first match for Colorado Rapids. Fans follow the Switchbacks and the rest of the USL Championship all season long on ESPN+, home to the USL, MLS, UFC, and more. Join the over 2 million sports fans, Roland and I are two of them, who have already discovered ESPN+ as a shot goes in on Irwin and then a clear by Switchbacks FC. Watch the championship live every week. Sign up today at ESPNplus.com. Kiesewetter nearly made it 2-0.
Yeah, the Berlin-born Kiesewetter getting free once again, just bursting in behind that Switchbacks line. Clint Irwin had to shift his feet well, made a nice, strong save down to his right-hand side, keeping the Switchbacks in this game. That's a quality save. Seeing the MLS quality on show there from Clint Irwin, really bailing his team out there, as Kiesewetter had way too much space in behind the Switchbacks defense.
Clint Irwin also being given to the Switchbacks by the Colorado Rapids, as those two franchises have a player development agreement. El Paso plays this one in the box for Kiesewetter. He'll give this one off. Now a good-looking shot off the post. Rebound. Can't quite go in yet. Now a third shot, and a fourth, and another save by the Switchbacks, and another! Switchbacks defenders coming to their goalkeeper's aid. Keep it at 1-0. What a sequence. and it's not over yet. El Paso with it. They'll play it up high, cleared out by Switchbacks FC, and that gives the faithful here at Widener Field something to cheer about as Mike Seth gives this one out. How about a counterattack on top of it? Here comes Switchbacks FC. Ronnie Argueta plays it down to Ish Jome, and Jome gets it taken away by Monsalvis. And Monsalvis says, everybody settle down.
Yeah, catch your breath, Ryan. What a sequence of events that was. Switchbacks living dangerously. Multiple goal line clearances in behind Clint Irwin. Irwin came up with 2 huge saves initially, and then El Paso Locomotive on some rebound shots cleared off the line by the Switchbacks FC, but now El Paso Locomotive attacking once again.
Yeah, Delgado plays this one off to Kieselwetter, who scores again, or does he? He does! Switchbacks thought he was offside. Unfortunately for them, he was not. And have a game. Jerome Kieselwetter, 2 goals here today, his first 2 of the season. And now El Paso Locomotive FC have the home team on the ropes. Up 2-0 as we take a look at it again. Delgado just threading the needle here to Kieselwetter, and he's too good to allow him to do that. And the Switchbacks just let him have free run. And once again, Sam Rabin there, maybe not tight to Kieselwetter and let the ball go by, and Kieselwetter too quality for Clint Irwin to stop.
Yeah, that defensive line there for the Switchbacks FC just a little bit disjointed, playing Kieselwetter onside. It was a lovely ball through. Kieselwetter runs onto it for his brace, just slotting it behind Clint Irwin. Very little that Clint Irwin could do there. And now the Switchbacks attacking through Shane Malcolm. They obviously need to get this next goal, but Jerome Kieselwetter showing his quality in this second 45 with his second strike, just slotting it behind and under the outrushing Clint Irwin there to double El Paso Locomotive FC's lead.
Headed away by El Paso. Shinyashiki running after it, lets it go out. Wisely there, he'll throw this one into Ronnie Argueta. Argueta trying to turn the corner on the end line and couldn't quite keep it in play. Tried to sell it, but the referee did see it, and it will be out for a goal kick.
Yeah, we talked about the quality of Jerome Kieselwetter. You just simply don't make that kind of number of appearances for those quality of clubs in Germany if you don't have a ton of qualities. We get a good look there at the Jack Quinn's Irish Pub and Restaurant fan of the game. Great crowd on hand tonight in Colorado Springs. Beautiful evening at Widener Field. And there's your Jack Quinn's Irish Pub and Restaurant fan of the game. But Kieselwetter, so much quality coming into El Paso. Great signing for the USL Championship as he holds up that ball, drops it off to a teammate. And here he is picking this up now again. Nice step forward by Chris Reeves, but Kieselwetter on the hat trick here for Locomotive FC.
Yeah, and you mentioned it, Roland. Now El Paso all of a sudden is saying to themselves, can we get 3? This is still a young franchise. They're looking to establish their identity. They're looking to make a statement as Shinyashiki goes down. He has been overtly frustrated for most of this contest as
Richie Ryan, young Irishman, picking up the latest Hanson Hot Springs yellow card from our referee, Lauren Varga. There's Richie Ryan. He's played well tonight, just got caught out by the pace here of Shinyashiki. Just has a second bite there, just whips right across the thigh of Shinyashiki. Referee right on top of it, produces the Hanson Hot Springs yellow card. Ronnie Argueta and Ish Jome standing over this one. Bit of a difficult angle. They might look to reset this one, chip it to the far post, see if the Switchbacks can win the knockdown.
Yellow card issued to Richie Ryan, and now Ish Jome coming up to play it. Sends it right for goal, and Ketterer saw it the whole way. So perhaps the Switchbacks, thinking along the same lines as you, Roland, thought they wouldn't be, they being El Paso Locomotive FC, would not expect them to go right at goal. They did, but you got to make Logan Ketterer work a little bit more than that. He didn't even have to move off of that far post as we continue play here. Ronnie Argueta with it. Looks like we're going to have another change for Switchbacks FC. The next stoppage in play as El Paso able to take the ball away. Already 2 goals on the season, 2 goals on the night, I should say, and the season for Kieselwetter. He's now tied for the team lead. Not a bad hour's worth of work as Delgado trying to shake down Ish Jome. Now trying to get turned, and Chris Reeves, good job there. Deflecting that pass out of play will result in a corner kick, but not before we get a Gold's Gym substitution, and it's going to be Alex Milano who's going to come into the contest. And it looks like Ibrahim Yarrow is going to come out. So this is certainly an offense for defense type of substitution in here, Roland. How might the rest of the formation kind of shift around this change?
Yeah, obviously, just as you said, bringing out their right back, and Ibrahim Yarrow, we'll see if he picked up an injury or if it's just a tactical thing, but Alex Milano loves to play the ball, very good passing range from that center midfield position. So we'll see just exactly when the Switchbacks get the ball back, how they've changed their defensive alignment. I would imagine, obviously, that Chris Reeves and Sam Rabin hold their spot in the center of defense for the Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC. We'll see who they drop back into that right back position.
Now this one thrown in by Monsalves to Richie Ryan. Ryan plays it back across midfield to Intoko.
And right now it's Shinya Shiki at that right back spot for the Switchbacks FC, and Alex Milano going into the center midfield alongside Jordan Schweitzer. That pushes Jordan Burt just a little bit further forward for the Switchbacks.
I mentioned earlier Andre Shinyashiki, a striker at the University of Denver, as this one goes out of play on the near side, scored the game-winning goal for Colorado Rapids in their season opener in Snow Classico 3, I believe that was, and you thought, man, there's no way this guy needs to be played anywhere else, but the Colorado Rapids think that he might have the chance to be a little bit versatile here. And certainly with the way that Steve Trichu allows his wings to go up the field, it does fit Shinyashiki's attacking mentality, as this one is played across Monsalves, and now Michak plays it back to Ketterer. Ketterer downfield, Chris Reeves holding up in a hand. With the launch of the USL Academy, United Soccer League now has an elite youth platform to offer to its clubs in the Championship, League One, and League Two. As such, these clubs can now develop a more clearly defined path for top youth prospects in their area to reach the professional level and sign directly with their senior team. In 2019-2020, the USL Academy Cup, the first competition under this new tier, will bring together top U13 and U17 Academy teams from these clubs to identify and accelerate the development of those top youth players with the potential to play professional soccer. If you want any more information on the USL Academy, very simple, visit usl-academy.com.
Game getting a little last couple of minutes. Switchbacks just trying to get their foot on the ball. You talked about it, that attacking intent from Shinyashiki down that right back position. So that ball is just going to be flicked away from him, and that's going to be picking up a needless yellow card there. Another Hanson Hot Springs yellow card as you get a good look at Steve Trichu. Wolde Harris firing up the troops on the far side of the field. We'll confirm just who that Hanson Hot Springs yellow card was on in just a moment. I believe it was on Resende. Yeah, it was on Resende. Alex Milano, he's got a tremendous right foot. He's going to try to put this ball right on the head, maybe of Chris Reeves, who's come forward from that center back spot. A lot of height in the box here for the Switchbacks. Just waiting on the delivery of the second half substitute, Alex Milano.
Milano sends this one far post, out of everyone's reach. Was looking for Mike Seth, and it'll go out for a goal kick. So the yellow card goes on Calvin Resende. That'll be our Hanson Hot Springs yellow card. And then off the joint chiropractic free kick, Alex Milano can't quite link up with that man, Mike Seth, and the Switchbacks remain down 2-0 to El Paso Locomotive FC. Of course, the Switchbacks last time out were shut out by a similar score of 2-0 against Tulsa on the road. As now a whistle will go against Switchbacks FC, as Jordan Schweitzer has a similar reaction to my broadcast partner here when it comes to this call going against him. As you see Resende going down, and Jordan Schweitzer will pick up a yellow card.
Yeah, it's unlucky on the young Canadian by way of Seattle, Jordan Schweitzer, making the point to the referee there. That was his first foul. It certainly was. Schweitzer picking up the Hanson Hot Springs yellow card. Good chance here for El Paso Locomotive just to take some wind out of the Switchbacks attacking sails. They've got some substitutes going through there. Paces on the far side of the field do the visitors. From the far western tip of Texas, this ball is going to be whipped in off the right foot. Try to put it right on top of the penalty spot. Switchbacks holding a very high line here.
And here comes Michek with the strike. And wanted everything there. The type of chance that a 2-0 lead affords you. Fans follow the Switchbacks and the USL Championship all season long on ESPN. All you need to do is type in @Switchbacks on ESPN.com. Sign up for alerts all season for stats, news, schedules, and everything else. Switchbacks FC. Go to ESPN.com. Sam Rabin over here to Jordan Schweitzer. Back to Rabin. Now to the near side, Argueta. Rani Argueta looking up the field. Back here to Chris Reeves. Over to Rabin. Rabin plays it over to Shane Malcolm, who spotlighted him at the beginning of the game. El Paso spotlighted him in their preparation for this match because Shane Malcolm hasn't had much to say on the proceedings today, as this one sent to the near side for Ish Jome. He'll curl it far post, only blue jerseys in the area. This will be Kiffey who will dribble it out and send it downfield towards the Switchbacks bench.
Yeah, delightful touch by Woldy Harris on the far side of the field, and a great ball in from Ish Jome from that left back position. Just no Switchbacks on the end of it. So you get a good look at Shane Malcolm taking that throw in for the Switchbacks FC. Switchbacks FC doing a good job of possessing the ball inside the El Paso Locomotive half, just not able to work. Bradley University alum Logan Ketterer in net. So far, Alex Milano now picking up the ball in the center midfield, looking quickly outside to Ish Jome.
And Jome with it out wide. Monsalvis with him, has a little bit of help there. Jome still sends it in. That one cleared away by Michek, and it'll be Switchbacks throw in here on the near side. Fans, the Shandy Clinic, exceptional therapy for exceptional children. The Shandy Clinic, as Chris Reeves plays it over to Sam Rabin. Rabin out wide to Shane Malcolm. Good idea to give him the ball high, don't you think, Roland? Don't, your most dynamic playmaker, if he comes out to midfield to get the ball, you'll take that.
Yeah, you want to drop him back as far as you can. Obviously, Shane Malcolm now slotting into that right side, trying to help out as much as he can with the Switchbacks, making that formation change. Shinya Shiki getting some time over at right back, so Shane Malcolm getting pushed further and further back. Now Alex Milano will get another chance here from a free kick, almost identical to the last one that he sent to the far post, looking for the head of Mike Seth.
Joint chiropractic free kick coming up. Switchbacks hoping to link up a little bit better than the last time. Here comes Milano, sends it in. Ish Jome was there, but it ends up going out of play for a goal kick, and Jome is down, slow to get up, as he went down trying for the header, and Intoko fell right on top of him, but Ish up and okay.
Yeah, Ish Jome just sandwiched a bit. We're going to see both teams ready to make a substitution as soon as the referee's ready. It's been a good match from Ish Jome, just been a little bit isolated at times on that left wing for the Switchbacks FC.
Yeah, great addition from, spent last season at Nashville. Grew up in the Minnesota United system, was a Mr. Soccer in high school in the state of Minnesota. So Ish Jome, a welcome addition to the Switchbacks, a winger that likes to get forward here.
Yeah, and the Switchbacks making the change. Shane Malcolm going out for Matt Hundley, I believe. Get a good look there at Logan Ketterer.
And then there will be a substitution for El Paso as well, as it looks like Edson Partida is going to come into the match, and he will replace Calvin Rezendi. And we briefly mentioned both Edson Partida and Derek Gebhardt. Coming into the match, they were tied for the team lead with 2 goals apiece, and they were both starting on the bench tonight for El Paso, but now Partida comes in looking to reclaim his team lead in goals. Of course, the hero tonight, Jerome Kieselwetter, with a pair.
Yeah, it shows the quality and depth of El Paso Locomotive, Edson Partida, very dangerous player out of Mexico. Coming in, can really run things from that center midfield position. He'll just try to get his foot on the ball, calm things down a little bit, slow down some of these switchbacks attacks. You see that ball coming in from the left. Kiesewetter getting on the end of it, head and hands. Thinks he was unlucky not to turn that one goalwards. This Jome going to chase down that loose ball right in front of the Z-trip corner.
Now Alex Milano with it. He'll look to turn it upfield. 70th minute of this one. Shinyushiki can't track it down, and that'll be sent out by Micek. And as you take a look, Matt Hunley coming in to replace Shane Malcolm on the Gold's Gym. Substitution, Matt Hunley, the UCLA product. Homegrown, or a draft pick of the Colorado Rapids. Getting more time down here in Colorado Springs. Brings a lot of quality going forward for Switchbacks FC. As he has it now on the far side. Plays it up here to Shinyushiki. Back to Jordan Schweitzer. Now to Chris Reeves. Ronnie Argueta has it. Argueta with 3 blue shirts around him. Gives it off to Jome. He'll send it far post. And this one cleared out by Edson Partida. As you take a look at Andre Shinyushiki. Just adds to the DU representatives on this Switchbacks team. Of course, Jordan Schweitzer, former Denver University Pioneers. We get ready for the Accelerated Wealth corner kick. Jordan was getting a little bit lonely with no DU Pioneers joining him on the roster this season, and then Shinyushiki shows up. They can talk about the Ritchie Center and Magnus Arena and all that comes along with Denver University as El Paso comes out after the Accelerated Wealth corner kick. El Paso pushing it forward, and the flag is up this time. Jordan Schweitzer, speaking of which, was taking a look over at the referee, hoping, expecting, but a little bit of hope mixed in there as well that they were going to get called for offsides, and they certainly did. Fans, who's up? Who's down? Where does your club sit? Find out every Monday in the official USL Championship Power Rankings, only on USLChampionship.com. El Paso, if they can hang on to this lead, should take a big jump in the power rankings. Even more importantly to El Paso Locomotive, they'll take a big jump in the standings as this one sent downfield. Mike Seth trying to get on the other end. Monsalvis heads it out. Coming into play tonight, LA Galaxy 2 held the 10th spot in the West with 11 points as Argueta fires, and that one is knocked down by Ketterer. So LA Galaxy 2 coming into play tonight has the 10th and final playoff spot in the West with 11 points. But the other part of that is so does number 6 Sacramento, Real Monarchs at 7, Austin Bold at 8, OKC Energy at 9, and Phoenix Rising with 11. And then you see El Paso with 9, and they have a chance to leapfrog a whole bunch of teams if they can hang on for these 3 points.
Yeah, things have been, we talked about it during the first half, just so tight in the USL Championship Western Conference. A couple wins vaults you all the way up, puts you atop of the standings, and a couple losses can drop you right down and out of the playoff picture as El Paso Locomotive making another break forward. That ball finally working its way out to the right.
El Paso looking for the right opportunity to rip this one in on Clint Irwin. Back to Richie Ryan.
As Omar Delgado not pulling the trigger perhaps when he had the spot, a chance to do so. Kiesewetter looking for that hat trick.
Ross playing this one back to Micek, to Ryan. Back out to Ryan here. El Paso, they want to get another goal certainly, but they want to be smart about it. They want to open themselves up for a counter. As Ryan will play this one back to Intoko. Coming up on the 75th minute, it's go time if you're Switchbacks FC. You're running out of time and you got to get 2 to get this thing level. Intoko sends this one downfield. Looking up the field now is El Paso Locomotive FC. They'll have it in front of their own bench out wide. Sam Rabin on defense. Plays this one back across midfield. Tapped up. Good pass there from El Paso as they bring it into the box. This is Kiffey, forced out wide by Hundley. Kiffey gives this one off. If it is Contreras, haven't heard much from Contreras tonight. Of course, he was the hero last week, or last time out against Reno. Now this one played forward. Kiesewetter again got behind the defense. El Paso still with it. And they'll flip it out wide where only Alex Milano is winning. So close to Kiesewetter finding the back of the net for the third time. If a guy scores 2 goals on you, how do you lose him?
Yeah, as Kiesewetter so slippery and behind that Switchbacks FC back line, just pulling off the shoulder of the defender. I think he went for either that squaring ball or the chip over Clint Irwin, just unable to get it down. He was pushed a little bit wide in the end. It was good defensive covering initially from this man Hundley on the right-hand side for the Switchbacks FC. Jordan Burt, you see, pushing further and further forward for the Switchbacks FC as they are desperate to get the next goal here at Widener Field as we take ever closer to the 80th minute in Colorado Springs on a now quite chilly evening after just a beautiful day.
Argueta sends this one in off the hop. Ketterer plays it. And now the Switchbacks, the concerning thing is that they're not even really testing Ketterer here in the last few minutes for the majority of this match. Even though they didn't end up getting the ball in the back of the net, they still made Ketterer work quite a bit. Right now, they're just not getting bodies forward and getting balls in behind, as now El Paso counters back the other way. Is Joan, great time tackle there. Waited for the right opportunity, gets in there. And meanwhile, Delgado goes careening through one of the advertising boards there right in front of the Switchback supporters group, the Trailheads, as we will have a substitution again here from El Paso. Luis Herrera will come in, replacing Sebastian Contreras. There'll be a Gold's Gym substitution here for El Paso Locomotive FC.
Hashtag weight room on the Gold Gym. Substitution. Contreras going to take his time making his way out for Luis Herrera. Some more fresh legs for the visitors.
What can you bench? Coming into the game will be Herrera, so El Paso using this opportunity to perhaps bring some guys in who don't get a lot of run. Herrera on the season, only a half an hour played. So some valuable experience for him. That's, as you're building a franchise here in the USL Championship, Roland, as you take a look, still being tended to on the far side was Delgado as Ortho Centura nod to the dock. As you're building a franchise, you kind of start with the top line talent. Gotta get those guys, and then we'll work on getting our depth, getting guys time, as this one just shoots wide. Crashing in with was Ross, nearly made it 3-0.
Yeah, the young Scot bursting forward from that center midfield position. Had a couple of players in there for El Paso Locomotive. This is a great ball played right across the face of Clint Irwin. Difficult for the goalkeeper to do anything on that one. And that ball just blazed wide. Once again, we talked about it. Omaha joining the USL League One.
It was the 13th League One side. In fact, the third to join in 2020. They joined Rochester and Penn. That will be coming into the league next season. Please use the hashtag USL Omaha 2020. Former Nebraska Omaha head coach and RSL Academy coach Jason Mims has been named the head coach there at Omaha. Always want to yell Omaha, of course.
Hurry, hurry, hurry.
Former Broncos quarterback Peyton Manning. One of his favorite pre-snap calls as we approach the 80th minute. Well, Roland, what do you have your eye on outside of our world here in Colorado Springs when it comes to USL Championship?
Yeah, the game of the week, New Mexico United. They've been so hot to start their campaign in the USL's Western Conference, hosting San Antonio. That's going to be a really good game. New Mexico United will see them show here at Widener Field in just a couple weeks after the Switchbacks make that trip out to the City of Lights in Las Vegas next weekend. But New Mexico United, former Switchbacks captain Josh Suggs, doing good things down there. They had a record attendance last week, 12,921 last Friday versus the Timbers 2 in a wild 3-3 draw down there at Isotopes Park. And they'll be celebrating Cinco de Mayo this weekend, hosting San Antonio FC. I think that's going to be a really good game.
Yeah, a lot of hype surrounding that one. As you mentioned, New Mexico United expecting their largest crowd to date for that one, as there's an El Paso player down near midfield. And now Kiesewetter is letting Ishjom have it. Very upset for a guy that scored a brace, but something has Kiesewetter irked, and he's letting Ishjom and the referee know about it, as being helped off the turf will be Omar Delgado.
And we saw him getting some treatment earlier, just holding that right calf, trying to stretch that out. And El Paso Locomotive FC looks like they're going to make their third and final change on the far side of the field. Probably this man, Delgado, coming off. We saw him on the Ortho Centura nod to the dock, getting some treatment just a moment ago. Looks like his race is run. Gebhardt, the man we talked about during this broadcast, going to check in.
Came into the night tied for the team lead in goals with 2, which he still is tied, but there's one more on that tie. Here, as you see, the Gold Gym substitution is Kiesewetter has added 2 to his ledger. So you have Gebhardt, you have Kiesewetter now with 2, and Edson Partida here early on in the season. 3-way tie for the team lead in goals, as Switchbacks will throw it in and let El Paso play this one. Now Ishjom looks to move it forward. Jome with a head of steam, tried to play down to Alex Milano, but Milano well behind Jome. Perhaps thought that Jome was going to call his own number there, and the ball is lost out for a goal kick.
Yeah, and a good break forward by Ishjom. He's done well down that left wing for the Switchbacks FC this evening. We talked about it, hasn't had too much support, but he's done his best going forward. Whipped in a couple of really good crosses with that left foot of his, but easily defended that one in the end by El Paso Locomotive FC. 83 minutes played here at Widener Field.
Ketterer saying, I don't need anybody near me. You can go ahead and head downfield. As some of the Switchbacks fans make their way to the exit, certainly had higher hopes for the match this evening. But El Paso Locomotive, insert train pun here, they came in and get 2 goals from Kiesewetter, and they're in control of this one with just a little over 7 minutes remaining, as this one is played back. I mean, at this point, Roland, anything is possible, but if you're Switchbacks FC, you're in comfortable surroundings at home. You got to find a way to just get one in the back of the net. If that second one comes in the waning moments, then outstanding. But the Switchbacks, 3 of their last 4 matches, they have not scored a goal. Really, if they could find a way in these last few minutes to get one in the back of the net, then you look forward to Las Vegas and then New Mexico and say, okay, we got that goal. We got, now we can start making things roll again.
Yeah, it would definitely worry the visitors, Locomotive FC, if the Switchbacks were to get one, but so far the visitors from El Paso very comfortable on the ball, getting 2 banks of 4 in behind when the Switchbacks have the ball in this kind of position. The Switchbacks need players like this on the field. Try to break down the visitors.
Ketterer able to play it, and Toko protecting him over the top.
Yeah, Ketterer, undisputed #1 goalkeeper for El Paso Locomotive. So important. We talked about that for a new franchise in the USL Championship, to have that #1 goalkeeper be a foundation to build around. We talked about him starting all of the games so far, leader in minutes, obviously, at that goalkeeper position, and overall in the team for El Paso Locomotive. So he's been brilliant, a real foundation for that defense to build on.
And if Switchbacks don't find a way to get a goal, Ketterer will move to the top of the standings, the player leaderboard, if you will, for clean sheets. Of course, Zach Lubin, Diego Restrepo, and Thomas Olson, who he's tied with right now, can do something about that, as this one is attempted to play to Clint Irwin. Ends up going out, so we'll end up with a corner kick, as Chris Reeves not on point with the pass.
Yeah, the force was not strong with Chris Reeves on that one. Out for a Phil Long. Corner kick for El Paso Locomotive. See if they can conjure up something, or whether they just want to hold the ball in the corner, see if they can wind down this clock toward 90 minutes. They'll do just that.
You told me that we had to limit the Star Wars references, and I wanted to do all the lineups in my Yoda voice, and you said no, and here we are late in the second half.
You take Star Wars references, or you take train puns, or you take Cinco de Mayo puns, so I figured I'd go with the lesser of three evils there.
It's fine. This ball played out in the corner. Switchbacks FC will have a goal kick here in the waning moments of this one. Ball played up to Jordan Burt. Burt plays it out wide to Ish Jones. Jones to Alex Milano. Taken away, El Paso looking to break back the other way to Richie Ryan. Good ball up just out of the reach of Jordan Schweitzer. Finds its intended target. Now two El Paso players break out. Good job, though, by Chris Reeves to get back and break up that pass. Now Ronnie Argueta. Foul called. So Ronnie Argueta will quickly restart it here as we get into the 87th minute. Argueta swings it to the near side. Headed away by Monsalvis. Winds up on the feet of Chris Reeves. Reeves to Milano. Back to Schweitzer. Up the middle to Seth. Kicked out wide. Milano with it. Milano chipping it. Far post. Switchbacks with it. And no one could pull the trigger. Matt Hunley was over there. Maybe a little bit indecisive. Loses it. And it will be Switchbacks throwing on the far side after El Paso guided it out. So now Schweitzer bombs this one to the near side. Nobody home. Now it'll be a goal kick.
Yeah, and here's our critical moment of the match. What a mad scramble this was in the second half. The sun still shining. Our Penrose St. Francis. Critical moment of the match off the post. This is a great save from Irwin right there off the chest, and then a couple of goal line clearances. First one from Chris Reeves. Second one from Chris Reeves as well. Our Penrose St. Francis critical moment of the match. Unfortunately, the Switchbacks weren't able to build off that great defensive stand, but that is a wild sequence there at this game here at Widener Field.
Ish Jones will push this one forward. Gives it off to Seth. Hops off his foot a little bit strong. Winds up going on the foot of Ketterer, who sends it downfield. Now over to Ronnie Argueta. Argueta pushing it forward. Up to Ish Jones. Jones sidesteps the defender. Sends this one in. It's headed. And Ketterer will come down with it. Had a tiptoe along the end line there to avoid giving the Switchbacks a corner kick, and now he'll throw it out to the far side with all the Switchbacks forward on the attack. There was a El Paso player that was way downfield behind everybody, but good recovery from the Switchbacks. Now this ball rolling out of play, and it will be a goal kick as you take a look at Sam Rabin there. Colorado native. One of a few on this Switchbacks roster, as this one is played to the near side for Alex Milano.
And just remind the fans to check in on switchbacksfc.com during the week, try to find out injury update about Jamal Jack taking off. Really nasty fall on that right side, that right shoulder, maybe clavicle area. Get some updates and update the fans at home accordingly as soon as we know more about the big defender. We just spotlighted Sam Rabin. He replaced Jamal Jack in the first half.
And I know the guy who will provide that update on switchbacksfc.com. So I'll be constantly pestering him throughout the week, waiting for that information. As we have a stoppage in play here, we're hearing it's going to be 4 minutes of time here. So, and there it is.
Into the TikTok shop stoppage time.
Plenty of opportunity and time for Switchbacks FC to get that ugly-looking goose egg off the side of that scoreboard as that one goes out of play. Switchbacks with a quick throw in here. Now Argueta delivers this one to the near side for Jordan Burt. Heads it forward to Mike Seth, who slides in. Ketterer came out too. And if Seth would have gotten his foot on it, surely that would have been in the back of the net, because Ketterer had committed all the way to making that save.
Yeah, and so smart from the captain, Jordan Burt, just redirecting that angle, trying to play in Mike Seth. Ketterer came out, did enough to throw off Seth. This is a great little cushioned header here from Jordan Burt, right into the path of Mike Seth, staying on side, just unable to get clean contact and turn that one goalwards.
Ketterer sends this one downfield, headed by Ish Jome. El Paso will play this one down towards the corner. Chris Reeves controls up to Ronnie Argueta. Now to Ish Jome. Jome pushing this one forward. Gives it off to Milano. Now Milano, look at him go. Sidesteps a couple of defenders. Swings it out wide. Hunley tracks it down. Hunley looking to link up. Sends this one far post. Nobody there. And El Paso will let this one roll harmlessly out for a throw-in. As you look at El Paso here, they will have been unbeaten in their last 3 matches and 4 of their last 5. 6 of their last 7. So this is a team that has come out of the gate. You know, sometimes those draws, you don't know how to interpret those until a team starts winning. All of a sudden you look and you have an unbeaten streak like El Paso does. They've come out of the gate in their inaugural season and looked really, really good.
Yeah, they sure have. Credit to their coaching staff, credit to how that organization's been built. You talked about some of the experienced players they have. Now they're trying to get some young legs some minutes here. They've been able to do that at Widener Field, going up that 2-goal lead in the second half. Ish Jome going in there on a tough tackle. He's going to be able to shake that one off. Switchback still pressing high, trying to win the ball back. And Jordan Schweitzer will do just that for the Switchbacks FC.
Now Jordan Schweitzer looking up the field. Swings it to the near side for Chris Reeves. Reeves down to the near side for Milano. Alex Milano waits for the defender to come, then sidesteps him. Gives it off to Ish Jome. Jome over to Milano. Milano over to Jordan Burt. Burt to Argueta. Argueta gives off to Hunley. Now to Ish Jome. Good ball movement here from Switchbacks FC. Let's see if it gets them anything, and there, a good clearance. I think it was Michek who got his foot on it. Switchbacks with another throw-in. Here's Hunley. One-on-one. Gets around his man. Gives it off to Seth. Trying to get the pass right back. Goes down. No whistle there from the referee. And now El Paso will hang on to it. And now Hunley is upended. Referees letting a lot go here in the waning moments of this contest as Chris Reeves does a great job to stifle El Paso coming back the other way, and that will do it. So Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC has now been winless in their last 6 matches. They haven't won since March 23rd, and this will be back-to-back losses for the home side. Meanwhile, El Paso keeps it rolling, back-to-back victories, and they remain unbeaten in their last handful of matches. Well, don't go anywhere. Before we step aside, we want to let you know that man, Ish Jome, is our Better Business Bureau man of the match. So active today, Roland. You just wish that maybe he had somebody on the other end of those crosses to link up with.
Yeah, Ish Jome did a great job pushing forward from that left back spot for the Switchbacks FC. well deserving of the home team's Better Business Bureau Man of the Match for the Switchbacks FC is Joe. You see how much that loss means to him, ripping off his jersey and covering his head in his hands after that one. But good sportsmanship from both sets of players, meeting at the halfway, and we'll see exactly how Jamal Jack is doing after this one as the Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC fall to El Paso Locomotive 2-0.
And we will come back in just a moment. We'll give you the stats and highlights from this one. Those are tilted heavily towards El Paso, unfortunately for the home side. 2-0, El Paso comes in to Colorado Springs and gets a victory. We will be back to Widener Field in just a couple of moments. Stay tuned.
My teacher said to write a letter to someone that inspires me. You're the only person I wanted to write to. I wear your team shirt all the time. You inspire me because you fought so hard. Even when it looks like you couldn't win, you believe in yourself. And that makes me believe I can take on anything.
Join the Relay for Life events in Southern Colorado. Go to fox21news.com for more information.
Hi, I'm Kristen Cavallari. Are the sexy singles at Paradise Hotel competing for love or the money?
I'm definitely here for love.
For the money.
I'm looking for love.
I want to go to Paradise Hotel for love. And money.
Money lasts forever.
Maybe find love.
Definitely for the money.
I'm moving into Paradise Hotel for that check. You better come with it, because I'm definitely competitive.
Paradise Hotel.
Thursday at 7 on Fox 21.
And now for the main event in this corner, hailing from Paraficini's, the godfather of Gouda, the good fella of the Portobello, Chef Pregame! Now don't be silly because he's from Philly, the Hercules of cheese, the hero of the Euro, Chef Jake! Watch Tuesday morning as two of Colorado Springs' finest chefs battle it out to find out who's the king of the kitchen.
Your eyes, they flash. Demons.
You ought to be resting.
You ought not to tell me what to do.
There is no power of three if one of you becomes a demon.
My demon side is the only thing standing between us and the apocalypse. You do realize you're starting to sound like a demon, right?
Holding me back.
Charmed. Watch Sunday at 8 on SoCo CW.
We welcome you back to Widener Field, where the USL New Boys, El Paso Locomotive FC, come into Widener Field and grab 3 huge points as they take down Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC by a final of 2-0. The goal-scoring hero, which you will see video evidence of here momentarily, of course, Jerome Kiesewetter. But before that, let's take a look, Roland, at the stats from this match, and most everything tilted in the direction of the visitors.
Yeah, the Switchbacks FC were able to try to even out that possession stat in the second half with the shots there favoring the visitors. Just a runaway train performance from El Paso today, 17-10 on the shots for the Locomotive FC.
All aboard. So 56% possession from El Paso Locomotive. They like to keep possession, but they added the goals today as well. An inordinate number of yellow cards. El Paso may be looking to make a statement in that regard as well, coming in to Colorado Springs and facing the Switchbacks team for the first time. As now, as I teased earlier, you're going to get video evidence of the night Jerome Kiesewetter had, and it was better than a birthday for the young man from Germany.
Yeah, Jerome Kiesewetter, the American international, Berlin-born. So much quality. You saw it there on show in that first goal. Picks up the ball, drifts inside, and go 5-hole and scored the first one. El Paso Locomotive had some chances to get a second. This is just a lovely ball through from Delgado right here. Splits the defense. Kiesewetter waits for the goalkeeper to come out, slides, and just places the ball under him. 2-0 for El Paso Locomotive FC.
Well, up next, El Paso Locomotive will turn their attention to New Mexico Mexico United, as now you see on the flip side, the Switchbacks with a few chances, not as many certainly as they would have liked to generate, and Logan Ketterer, kind of the other story from this match, gets his 5th clean sheet of the season. Well, that's going to do it for us. Switchbacks will head on the road to take on Las Vegas, and as I mentioned, El Paso hosts New Mexico. For our outstanding crew and my broadcast partner, Roland Vargas, I'm Ryan Kaufman saying goodnight from Widener Field, where El Paso Locomotive defeat the Switchbacks 2-0. We will talk to you again very soon.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.